What's up, everybody? OldSchoolNYCGamer back once again here with another video. And today, for all you guys and gals out there, I'm going to be showing you a bit of what I've been doing here to this lovely PSP in the last week I've gotten from Digital Press. Now, I must remind you, I did upgrade this to the 6.60 firmware. This is a PSP model 1000, not the 2000 or the 3000, because I know you can do a bit more with the other models. But this is the one I got here. Basically the original PSP. Model 1000, and I'm just going to show you a bit of what I've been doing to it, just adding a few emulators to this. Like I said, there's going to be a lot more that I want to add to this. Now, I know there's all the talk that you can actually load games onto the card itself. I'm trying to see if there's a way, because I would like to back up my games, because I know even with disc games, they usually do and eventually scratch up and get messed up. But anyway, I'm just going to show you really quick though that this itself here, I got a 16 gigabyte memory card that I got off of eBay a while back. Now I'm just going to show you here that this is the update for the version 6.60. Now, like I said, I did get this cracked myself thanks to a few tutorials here on YouTube. Now, of course, if you turn this off, I know you could use the PSP firmware update to do this, but of course, if the battery dies or you do turn it off like I just did, it will break itself in a way. But if you have something here called fast recovery and you hit that, it'll basically reboot, and I'll show you itself that it does work fine. So just give that 1 second here while it's booting up. And of course, you see here as it boots up, I'll show you when you press the select button, as you can see right there, if it will focus for me a little bit. But, you kind of get the idea. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is now cracked, thanks to the fast recovery, and I'll just get this out. Now, I'm going to show you some of the emulators that I installed on here. Now, of course, there's quite a few good emulators on here itself. Such as the Neo Geo, which, let's put it this way, there's been enough bashing with the Neo Geo X and things like that, but I digress. Let me just show you here what emulators I have. Now, of course, you see here, I got the Atari 2600, the Intellivision, which I've tested this so far, not really a fan of it. I do like playing the Intellivision, but honestly, I think it's just one of those systems for emulation. It's not really that great, to be honest with you, specifically for the PSP. Now, of course, here you have the UAE Beta, which plays Commodore Amiga. I haven't really messed with this just yet. I got to get some of the ADF files for this. And of course, you see here, this is the Atari 7800. And Fuse. Now, Fuse, for a lot of you who've really been watching my channel over the last year, this is a ZX Spectrum emulator for the PSP. When I found this, it was almost 1.5 gigs, so there's a lot of stuff in here. But the way this is structured and the way it plays is actually, not that bad. My only complaint is I would rather have the controls over here on the D-pad than over on the analog stick. That's my one major complaint. Now, of course, this is FCE Ultra, which is a Nintendo emulator. Now, I know Nestor J, and there's other couple of better emulators. Like I said, this is all just kind of stuff I'm just testing, just to see what it's like. And, of course, this is the Main for All, PSP, for PSP version 4.9 R2. Games play okay, but the sound is pretty crap. So, just to show you really quick one game here on the Atari 2600, just going to start that up. Give that one little second and show you. Basically, it's the same people, ZX81, if you remember when I had the Canoe, which I still do have, is the same emulation. So, of course, the way this starts up is, you find a ROM, and these were the ROMs that I got within the pack. Of course, you cannot go wrong here with Space Invaders, as I'm scrolling down to it here. Now, of course, the file is loaded, so now you have to reset the Atari. And there you go, there is Space Invaders. So of course you just hit this, and show you a little bit of gameplay here. So like I said, people, I would rather some of these games really work better on the D-pad than the analog stick. I mean, that's my only one complaint, major complaint with the emulation for the PSP. So we're just going to go back to the home screen here. Of course, it boots back into the home screen. There you go. Now, this is the other thing too, people. I don't know if a lot of people have this problem though, but I'll show you. Just get into my settings here. I just want to show you one thing because I, don't want to show my MAC address. So I'm just going to have to cover that up 1 second. And go into the system information. So as you can see, right there, if I could zoom in on that for 1 second. If it will zoom in correctly here, people. Now you can see the system software is the 6.60 Pro B9. Now the question I have here is, everybody, I've been trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, so I don't know if this is a problem with the PSP 1000 itself after it's modded and cracked and then updated. So I was just wondering if anybody out there knows what's up, because even though I have, my modem is literally 3 feet away from me, I am not getting, I get the 100% strength signal, but it will not connect to the internet. Now I know it's kind of useless to do it here on a PSP, but it's just good to have just for the hell of it. So if anybody out there could answer that for me, please do so and let me know what's up. Anyway, that's about it, people. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if any of you out there could recommend specific PSP games, and I know there's quite a few out there. I'm mostly into platformers. Some of the first-person shooters are okay, but a lot of, of course, retro stuff. And I know Atari Classics is on here for the PSP. I'm gonna go to the one either 8-bit and up or Video Games New York and get a copy of that, because I know there's newer versions or updated versions of the classics that I want to check out. And that's about it, people. Like I said, if you could recommend any good PSP games or any great working emulators here for the PSP Model 1000, please let me know. I will look into that, and then maybe down the line do a little gameplay, here and there. And that's about it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please feel free to check me out on Facebook and Twitter. And that's about it. And I hope you guys are so far having a great 2013. And that's about it. Take care, everybody. Cheers.